All right, let's talk about Kenya. You've got this huge national challenge, right? But what if the solution was surprisingly simple? And what if it was all run by volunteers? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. This is the incredible story of 4BM and how it all kicked off with just a simple message. So it really all boils down to this one question. You've got a country just packed with young talent, but they're facing these massive hurdles. Can a simple message, just a message of opportunity, actually go viral and make a real difference? Now, to get why this is so important, we've got to look at the numbers. Okay, first up, let's set the scene. Kenya is an incredibly young country. I mean, get this, a staggering 75% of the entire population is under 35. That is a powerhouse of potential, for growth, for innovation, for everything. But potential is one thing, opportunity, that's another. And this is where the problem really hits you. Look, general unemployment is an issue, for sure. But youth unemployment, it's at a shocking 67%. Let's put that into perspective. 2 out of every 3 young people who are trying to find a job can't. That is a massive, massive disconnect between all that potential we just talked about and the reality on the ground. And the pressure, it just doesn't let up. Every single year, over 1 million more young Kenyans enter this already super tough job market. Just imagine that wave of new people year after year. The system is just under so much strain. So seriously, where do you even start when the challenge is this big? Well, this is where the hero of our story comes in, an organization called 4BM. And what does that stand for? The Forgotten Bottom Millions. It was started back in 2016, and it's a completely volunteer-run group. Their mission? To empower the millions of young Kenyans who felt like they'd been left behind. So, how do they do it? What's their secret sauce? Well, it's not just one thing. They've built this powerful and totally free toolkit that's designed to give young people a real, honest-to-goodness shot at their dreams. And their approach is just so practical. It's brilliant. First, they share fully funded scholarships, and they've already checked them all out so there are no nasty hidden costs. Then they post real, verified job openings, remote, on-site, you name it, and they even throw in tips to help your application stand out. They've also got this library of free guides and courses on all those important soft skills. But here's the real game changer. The way they get all this information out there, it's all done through these huge free WhatsApp groups. It creates this instant network where you get daily access to opportunities, to peers, and even to mentors. Having great tools is one thing, but actually getting them into the hands of the people who need them most, that's a whole other challenge. And this is where 4BM's strategy just becomes this viral force for good. It's amazing. Just look at this number. Wow. Since they started, this small team of volunteers has shared over 380,000 verified opportunities. Think about that for a second. That's not just a statistic on a screen. That is 380,000 individual chances for someone to completely change their future. And their reach? It's just mind-blowing. Their network connects with 500,000 people. Not in total, not over years. We're talking every single week. Just let that sink in for a minute. A group of volunteers reaching 500,000 people with real, tangible opportunities week in and week out. Incredible. And this isn't just happening in one city. Nope. Their reach is nationwide. They're in all 47 of Kenya's counties. And remember, this has been entirely driven by volunteers since the very beginning, back in 2016. So we're talking about almost a decade of consistent real-world impact. This is no flash in the pan. This is a genuine, sustained movement. So what's the secret sauce here? How do they do it? It's something they call the WhatsApp multiplier effect. Think about it. A single post about a scholarship or a job doesn't just stop with one person. No way. It gets forwarded instantly. It goes to family chats, old school groups, community forums. It just ripples out, empowering thousands of people in just a few minutes. It is literally community helping community in real time. Okay, but big numbers like that can feel a little abstract. The real measure of impact, the thing that really matters, is in the individual lives that have been totally transformed. So let's hear from some of the people in the 4BM community themselves. All right, take Seth Wangi. He says, and I'm quoting here, "Joining 4BM has been life-changing. I discovered a scholarship that allowed me to pursue my dream degree." I mean, for Seth, that one little piece of information, it changed everything, absolutely everything. And then there's Grace Aketch. Through 4BM, she found a fellowship. And yeah, it helped her build her leadership skills, which is great. But the crucial part? It connected her with a whole network of mentors and peers from all across the country. So it's not just about skills, it's about building your community at the exact same time. And for John Olu, the impact was even more direct. He got a job. He found the opening through the group, sure, but just as important, he used the application tips that were being shared in that same group to make his resume really stand out. And guess what? He's working now. That's a direct line from community support to a paycheck. Okay, this next story is just wow. It's incredibly powerful. This is Barbara Tarragon. She's the first female lawyer from Kenya's indigenous Ogiek community, and she says 4BM was her start. From that simple start, she went on to land a role at a top law firm. And now she runs her own firm with a pro bono department, so she's paying it forward. This just shows you the kind of long-term, barrier-shattering power a single connection can have. So when you hear stories like that, it's pretty clear, right? 4BM isn't just some organization. It's a living, breathing movement. And the best part? It's a movement that anyone can join. So if this story has you fired up and you're thinking, how can I get involved? Well, there are some really clear next steps. You can join the free WhatsApp groups yourself to get those daily opportunities. You can tune into the 4BM podcast to hear even more incredible stories like the ones we just shared. Or just head over to their website, 4-bm.africa, to learn the whole story. When you step back and look at the big picture, 4BM is so much more than just a successful network in Kenya. It's really a blueprint. It's a model for community-powered change. It proves that simple, everyday tech, something as common as a WhatsApp group, can be combined with pure community spirit to create massive, positive change right from the ground up. And that really brings us full circle right back to the beginning, but with a final thought for you to take away. Who are the forgotten millions in your own community? And when you think about this 4BM model, what simple tool, I'm talking a group chat, a simple newsletter, maybe even a community bulletin board, what simple thing could be the key to unlocking all of that amazing, untapped potential right where you live?